what I'm saying? And his boxing is legit. He gave Kamaru some issues. He gave Kamaru trouble early in that fight, if you remember, but then just got caught with the straight. And then Kamaru was just a whole different animal. When he sees a weakness, he attacks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Khamzat Chimaev is that same animal, but we'll see. It's funny because I was watching the UFC, like the trailer for it, but it's like the one where they're all mashed together. It's not the embedded. It's a different one. It's where it's about like 40 minutes, and all the trailers are mashed together. And Gilbert Burns pointed out this one thing where he's like, I remember, because Khamzat Chimaev is 10-0. And Gilbert Burns said something to like, I remember when I was 10-0 at one point, and I thought I was unbeatable. I thought that I was dominating the divisions, and he said his 11th fight is when he got his first loss, and I thought it was just funny because Khamzat is 10-0. He's big headed, he's confident, and it's kind of like that. I remember when I had my first beer, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of veteran talk, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that he's an old veteran, but he's a savvy fighter. He's been in the game. So it's not far-fetched to say that Gilbert Burns can win this fight, but I will be going for Khamzat Chimaev because I want to see it, one. And two, I think he's going to win. I think he is that dominant. Like I'm buying into the hype. This Saturday, I will be recording it live through the fight I will be recording live through the fight. Sorry, my decision on that fight is gonna change. So that's what makes this fight exciting. You know what I'm saying? It could be anybody's game, but it's leaning toward Khamzat Chimaev. So we're gonna see what happens. That second fight, Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. It's just kind of like, okay, I think Peter Yan's gonna win, right? So to me, it just kind of seems like the ceremonial championship fight. You know what I'm saying? The first fight, if y'all don't know, Peter Yan was disqualified for an illegal knee to Aljamain Sterling's face. And so Aljo became the bantamweight champion, the title holder by people you could talk shit all you want. I was on the side of Peter Yan saying like, he was fucking whooping his ass. But then you look at it, you think about it, you reflect on it, you let fucking like 2 years pass, and then it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you should have known the rules. You know what I'm saying? You should have known the rules. I get it. So I do consider Aljamain Sterling the bantamweight champion right now, because but also it's not a good look for him because after they were supposed to fight and then he got like injured, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a good look for him. It kind of looked like, he was ducking and dodging Peter Yan. He wasn't ready for him yet. And also it didn't help that Corey Sandhagen came up to fight Peter Yan. Peter Yan put on a great display. It was a great fight, but Peter Yan put on a champion's display, you know what I'm saying? To get that interim title, to say like, hey, Aljo, like, let's go, bro. Like, let's go. I need my title. That's what it kind of seems like. But I said this in the last episode. If Aljamain Sterling can keep doing what you do what you do, bro. Like if Aljamain can, that unorthodox, that just, you don't know which style is coming, the style that he came out with in the first fight, I think you keep that. But the thing that should be changed is obviously the stamina, because you saw in the first fight, and I think it's good that they got to fight, and obviously he's the champion now. And he waited for that injury, you know what I'm saying? He got past that injury if he had one, but it's that neck injury or some shit like that. But he tired out, he blew out his gas tank in the first 2-3 rounds. He went all out and then lost that third round and then lost the fourth. And then he was about to lose the fourth, and then that knee came in, or correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the story, right? But that's basically how it went. And in this fight, if he could distribute his stamina, if he could distribute that energy through 5 rounds, to where in the 5th round, middle round, he's not as gassed, you know what I'm saying? I think he could give Peter Yan some trouble, because Peter Yan is coming in very confident, very skilled, and with all the momentum behind him. You know what I'm saying? If you could catch Peter Yan slipping in the late rounds, maybe give him some like, oh shit, I didn't know you could do that. I think you could put money on Aljo. Like, why not? He's a great fighter. And if he could distribute that energy, like I said, I think that would be the key for him to win. Because Peter Yan usually looks like in his fights where he kind of learns what you're doing the first round, and then the second, he puts a little on, third, he puts a little bit more on, fourth, he brings it to the fourth, and the fifth he just kind of finishes it. You know what I'm saying? As Jose Aldo, and Corey Sandhagen. But yeah, so if you got money on Aljo, you gotta hope that this man brings his stamina and his A game, because this is not a champion. This is not. I mean, this is a championship fight. This is not just some contender fight. This is not some type of I'm gonna jump 2 spots over you fight. This is the championship fight, bro. You're going 5 rounds, and you got to be tactical. You got to be aware all 5 rounds. Not to say that he's not in other fights, you know what I'm saying? But it's just it's boosted to the max at a championship level. So I hope Aljo wins. That would be cool to see. You know, that would be dope. So that way we can get a 3rd fight. I don't know if Dana White would do that, but that would be cool to see. But I will be putting my money on Peter Yan. So take that how you want to take that. But then I don't think on the fight night that decision is going to change. I don't think that's going to change for me, but we'll see. Then the main fight, Alexander Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie. I think Korean Zombie always has that chance, that puncher's chance, but I feel Volkanovski's going to take it home. Alexander the Great. Like I said, I've said it before. I wasn't really a big Alexander Volkanovski fan. I felt that Holloway just overlooked Alexander Volkanovski their first fight, and then the second fight, I still do believe that Holloway won that fight. I think he got robbed against Volkanovski, but whatever, you go, and that's the sport. You just go forward. And then that fight against Brian Ortega, T-City, that was a dope fight, and that put things in perspective for me to where this fool is a champ's champ. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get out of some fucking locks that I didn't even think anybody could get out of. You know, he had a great defense. He was poised. He didn't fucking get all rattled when he was getting choked out, when he was bloody. Use it to his advantage. And Brian Ortega even said, man, like I was trying to but that little motherfucker just kept slipping out. So I think that gives him that edge against Korean Zombie as well. Not to mention his fucking kicks, bro. His kicks are just whack, whack, whack. His kicks are fucking deadly, dude. So Korean Zombie has a chance, but I don't think he's gonna do it. But if Volkanovski ends up becoming, winning and remaining the title, defending his title well, then I would hope. I mean, I want to see Holloway again. I would love to see Holloway again. I would hope that Volkanovski calls out Henry Cejudo, because Henry Cejudo's been saying, "Oh, give me that fight, give me that fight, give me that fight." And Dana White's not going to do that. Dana White's not going to pay him if Cejudo wants to come out of retirement, just make that money and hopefully get another chip and then just leave. You know what I'm saying? But I believe if Volkanovski calls him out, says, "Hey, I want that fight," I'm pretty sure fucking Cejudo's going to be there. If Volkanovski calls him out, then that's a whole nother story, bro, because there's pretty much not anybody he can face right now. Cejudo's right there. And if he starts his Korean Zombie, I think if he calls out Cejudo, that puts weight behind it, bro. The fans will want to see it. The numbers will be right because Volkanovski is going to become a fucking trend. I mean, it's going to go viral real quick. You know what I'm saying? And Dana White, I feel like, as far as those super fights, he's done it in the past, but like super fights like that, he's only done one, which is the McGregor-Mayweather fight. That was, that was just a heist. You know what I'm saying? A legal heist. This fool, he should call out Henry Cejudo. That would be a good fight, and it'll make for good entertainment because right now they seem like the best comp, against each other right now. Volkanovski's big, he could kick, he could keep distance, but Cejudo, he will take you down whenever he wants. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drink some water real quick.